Hey boys, I wanted to try something new here. Instead of doing a highlight video of all the good things, I'm going to do a video of all of our mistakes and all of our opportunities. And I'm going to talk through them so that we can watch and learn together so that we can become better. So this is not to point out people's mistakes and say you're not good. This is simply to help us become better, and everybody can learn from each other. So I hope this really helps. I hope that you enjoy watching this video and that it'll make us stronger as a team.
Touchdown. That's 1, 2, 3, Sparta! So you don't.
As you know, we started the game off really good. The best part of the game for us was the first 5 minutes or so. This is a great ball out to Tanner. Beautiful first touch pass here inside. Good change of the point. And then we come back to this side where the opportunity is. Great through ball. We need to go far post on the shot, but other than that, that's a great start.
Good, Johnny. Step in. Good try. Derek, ball.
The other thing that worked for us really well in the first 5 minutes of the game was that we were actively pressuring the ball. You see Johnny there, Eric here. Derek's pressuring the middle player here, forces him to turn around. Johnny's there, wins the ball, puts it in. That's all high pressure. We need to do that more against teams like this that try to possess.
Johnny, go Johnny. Up together, boys. See players. Up Tanner, up Tanner, up Tanner. Come on. Good. Win.
This USA team tend to flood on defense. You can see as soon as Tanner gets this ball wide, their whole team pulls over and tries to defend here. There was a lot of opportunity to switch the ball right here. James shouldn't have turned backwards and tried to pass to Braxton. He should have opened to the right foot and switched it to Josh or Braden running up on the other side. We would have had an offensive attack opportunity, but here James decided to completely face backwards and instantly go to Braxton. That is normally the flow, but in this situation, their whole team was flooded on the left side. We could have instantly switched it to the other corner flag. So the result of not switching quick, we try to play to Braxton. There's a missed touch. We lose it. Now we're panicking. We're reacting. They're still attacking. Luckily, we get a good clear there by James.
You're in, Eric.
Okay, we do a good job at finding the other side of the field here. The problem is Tanner is not wide enough. Right here, you're receiving the ball. You're still close to the other team. You're forced to go backwards there as a result. You needed to be much, much wider. Where you are right now is better. Now you can receive, you can face, you can go forward. On the first one, you weren't wide enough. Here's one I talked to Johnny about after the game. Tanner has a great win right here, a good step, a quick attack. Eric has a wonderful through ball. Johnny gets in, but then we take an extra touch in the box. Had you taken a quick shot, you can see right here that you can put the ball in the far right side of the goal, but you take an extra touch, the keeper gets closer, it takes off your angle. If you have momentum, you got to get that shot off, and this is what ended up happening on the play. Here's one where we need to play to space instead of to the man, right here. Instead of trying to play it straight to Eric, you can see that number 14 is facing towards you. Eric's running behind 14. So if you play it to the left side of 14, Eric's going to get to it. He's going to play a ball in front of the goal, and we can have an opportunity to score. But when you try to go straight to him when he's literally between two defenders, that doesn't work. You need to play it to the space there where Eric can get to it and put it in front of the goal. Here's a great win from Josh. However, right here, instead of playing it forward to Johnny, right there, instead of playing it forward, look to the left. See Eric. That's the weak side midfielder moment that we're looking for. They have 4 players headed in Johnny's direction. If you play it behind them into Eric, Eric's attacking in the middle of the field, straight at the center of the goal. If you play to Johnny, their other defender comes in, you can see, and just clears it out. You need to play in behind him to Eric. This is a good step by Champ, but after you play it to Eric, you've got to get wide into this space. And Eric, we don't want to play this to Champ's feet right here. We want to play it ahead of him to all that space in front of him so we can attack forward. It's kind of played behind him. We lose it. and then they get the ball back. So we need to use that space a little better on that opportunity. We didn't see enough little extra efforts in this game. This is an example of when there was one. Right here, Eric does everything he can to get to that ball. Gives us an opportunity to explode forward. Just that little slide to get his foot in on the ball could create an opportunity for a goal. We needed more of that in this game. Here's a great example of where we need to change the point of attack. Champ gets it wide, plays it into Derek. Right here, Derek, you need to change directions and find the other side of the field instead of going backwards. Right here you can see you've got Brandon and you've got Wilkes on the other side. If you play into one of those players, we're attacking. Instead, you play it back to James. They press high. We have to play back to keeper. And it creates an opportunity for them. Luckily, we're able to get it out, but we really needed to change the point of attack there. We had the players available. Drake, here's one that I think you had more time than you thought. I get that the player's running in at you, but you did have more time on this one. James gets the ball. He plays back to you. Right there, you can see this player is not even in your box yet. You could have received this ball. You've got our outside, or you got Braxton coming back on the right side. He could be available on the right, and then you've got James running. He looks like he's going to be running to your left. So you could have received that and played it left or right to space. Instead, you play it forward. They win it. They look to cram it right back down our throat. Ref doesn't call the foul. It kind of turns into chaos there. We need to be a little bit more composed there when you have time. Clearly, the next time we play this team, high pressure is the plan. This is how we get the second goal again. We pressure, they panic, they kick it forward, we pressure, we win, and we attack. So when we pressure and we attack fast, they are vulnerable. We score. We need to do that more against this team. Very good goal. It was at this point in the game where they started to get a little momentum, and I think it's because we started going to challenges really weak. Unlucky from Charlie right there. Champ, we went a little weak there. They're dribbling, we're panicking, we can't get it out. It's just not enough urgency to get the ball away from the goal quicker. All right, this one is a great release of pressure and then a good play forward from Charlie. Champ, I would have liked to have been wider here. You're a little bit too close to Wilkes, is it, that's making that run? If you would have been wider, we could have played in that space between the two of you, and I think we could have had a little bit more dangerous of an opportunity. Derek gets a great shot off here. That's a phenomenal save by the keeper. I think that should have gone in the goal. This is a difficult one, Brandon, but I think we could have done more with the first touch. You brought it down, and 3 players collapsed on you pretty instantly. I think we might have been able to have more of an opportunity with a better first touch here. When it's thrown in right here, you bring it down, and you can see 3 players are surrounding you. You could have one-touched it back to Xander, and then Xander could have played to Derek, or you could have exploded towards that corner flag on the first touch to split those 2 defenders. But when you stopped it and brought it down, those 3 players collapsed on you, and then at that point, there wasn't really much we could do. All right, here's their goal. It was definitely a mistake on our part, but let's watch it and see what happens here.
Get it out. James, drop in behind now.
James does a good job at shielding the ball. Charlie does a good job at giving him a pass inside. We play it to him, but here's the mistake. You receive the ball, but then you take like a step or 2 backwards to wind up to get rid of it. And these players are coming in fast. And in that amount of time, you could have played it to Champ. You could have cleared it. But instead, they come in, they close, they win the ball, they put it to the center. So Charlie, in this situation, we don't have that much time. When that ball comes in, it needs to be immediate to Champ wide, or you need to clear it as hard as you can. But you can't receive it, take 2 steps backwards, and then try to wind up and hit it. It takes too long. The other odd thing is that James, once you pass it to Charlie, you needed to be booking it back around behind Charlie, back towards the center of the goal if you can, because we now have both center backs wide. Champ's the wide player here. As soon as you played that ball to Charlie, James, you needed to get back to the middle. without going in front of Charlie to block him. You should have ran in behind him, sprinted back in front of the goal. Ultimately, we went too slow. They won the ball. They played at middle where we're vulnerable, no center backs. They take the shot, they score. So a couple of mistakes there that we really need to do a better job with going forward. This one's an example of our defense needing to get out once we clear the ball. You can see the ball comes in, James clears it. Xander's standing behind James. He's not coming out quick enough. They play it wide, and now they've got 20 yards of space to attack us. So we need to do a better job at coming out and going into the attack and marking players once we clear the ball. Here's one that I think could have easily turned into a goal. Great pass to the weak side, and then we play to Brandon. Brandon, great ball to Leo, and then Leo takes the space. But right here, Brandon, you make a run to the right side of number 8, going towards Leo, towards the corner flag. You should have cut back to the center and gone to the left of number 8, because Leo's going to cross it to the middle, and now you're running in the wrong direction, and the ball ultimately goes past all their defenders where you should have been, and rolls to the keeper. So we don't want to run to the same spot that we passed the ball. You needed to run the opposite way towards the middle so that you could have gotten to that ball before the keeper. All right, here comes their second goal. They bypass the wide, they kick it long. The ball bounces around, they win the challenge, they attack quick. We step, we can't win it. They break through. Ultimately, I think it was lucky. That usually doesn't happen. He breaks through, he gets the goal. So this became awkward right here for Charlie because this player gets a small touch. Charlie tries to react. It goes off his leg. This player then steps in, touches it past him. At this point, Charlie's beat. As a center back, when you get beat, you have to get back as quick as you can. Right here, Charlie, you can see you're kind of jogging. You needed to get back behind James as soon as James stepped. Also, Xander needed to tuck in behind James. 99 out of 100 times, James wins that challenge, but he didn't. And Xander and Charlie were too high. They didn't drop into support quick enough. And ultimately, after James didn't win the challenge, the player breaks through, and then he gets the goal. So when our center back steps, players have to drop in behind. Whether it's the outside back or the other center back getting back, we have to support that center back when he steps. On this one, James, we need to do a better job at playing wide instead of straight forward. It's a good win right here, but right here, play wide to where all this grass is so Champ can go at it. Instead, you play it straight forward to Eric, and he's got a man on him. So you needed to play it wide to where all that space was. We did a very poor job at defending the goal kicks from them. They were getting out way too easy. Either our midfielders were getting too high or our outside backs were too deep, and they were just passing out of the back way too easy. And we need to do a much better job at defending those going forward. We've talked about that, but it's been a little while. This team was actually pretty good at passing out of their goal kicks, so we need to be reminded how to defend that properly going forward. Champ, good job getting back here. You got in front of him, but then you just let him cut it inside. You've got to force that player wide. When he cuts inside, now they've got an opportunity to attack. You must force him wide there.
Work, Leo. Champ, we got to keep him wide there. You can't let him cut in.
I really love the way this builds up, but then ultimately we have a bad pass in the end. We play inside to outside, outside back into inside. We change the point of attack. We play the other side. Right here, chance, and then we play it right to red. We have to find the space on that so that Eric can break through and go score the goal. That was the only piece missing on that play. Outside of that, that was a great play. We get it back up, we lose it again, but it looked good there for a moment. Sometimes we need to realize the space in the offensive third. Right here, a ball comes into Braden, and there's nobody around right here, and you do an off-balance cross. You could have received with your left foot, attacked the goal, worked with Eric, and get in close, but ultimately you did an off-balance cross that went out of bounds. So a little more patience there. Receive the ball with the correct foot, head up, try to find the opportunity. I love the way we started the second half right here. Instant pressure. Eric wins the ball, attacks fast. He splits two defenders. He gets fouled right here. No call. They play it back down the side. We do a good job at winning it, and then we play it in. We release pressure backwards. We play into the middle. We find the other side. We attack forward. A really good start here.
That's fine. Go, Brayden. Go, Brayden. Second ball here. Come on.
Here's another goal kick that they got out way too soon. Tanner was about 25 yards away from where he needed to be. It creates a challenge for us here. Ultimately, James has to step over now and win. Luckily, it goes out of bounds.
Tanner, stay connected.
Eric, I'm not sure what happened on this one. It was played to you, and you looked to make a quick pass, and it was to nobody. They counter-attacked pretty quick. We have to be careful about those backwards passes from our midfielders in the attacking third, because if they win those, they'll get on a quick counter. Outside backs, there's a lot of times when we try to take on a dribble on the outside that we don't need to. Right here, if you look, Derek's on the inside. All you have to do is receive it, play it to Derek, and then we're attacking in front of the goal. But instead, you try to dribble him, you lose it, and now our outside back is beat, and they're taking the ball right back down the field. We need to connect passes there. There's no reason to take on that challenge, Josh. Here's another goal kick example. We will have a different plan for goal kicks against this team next time, but this time the plan was to mark these wide players with our outside back, and we weren't doing a good job. He's receiving and passing, and then Josh is coming too late. He needed to be on him when he got the ball, right? And then ultimately they make a bad pass here and Josh steps in. I love this release of pressure from Derek here, and then looking to change an attack on the other side here from James. That's good. This is a great switch by James. Brayden, your first touch here must go forward. You touch it backward, right into two players. If you would have touched forward, you could have gone to goal.
Don't want to slow it down there. We want to pick up the speed there.
A note specifically for this USA team, their defender number 9 is super physical, super aggressive. I love that Johnny knocks him off the ball here, wins the ball, but watch, he recovers quick and he gets it back. We have to do a better job at playing physical with that player and getting him out of his game. Here's another goal kick of theirs where they are able to pass through our entire team. They beat 3 of us with 1 pass right there. We will have a new plan on defending goal kicks against this specific team. Don't worry, I know how to defend it. Now that I've seen it watching this video, trust me, we'll shut those down next time around. Alright, here's how we won the free kick. Leo does a great job at bodying this player off right there and winning the ball, and then they foul him. So we got the free kick. Good job there, Leo. Derek steps up, hits it very good. Goal. We can't be afraid to switch the ball in front of our own goal if there's space. Right here, Braxton gets it. He could have gone to the right, but he plays straight forward. It goes to red. They cram it right back down our throat. You can see Josh is out here. He could have played to Drake. He could have switched it to Josh, but instead they ended up getting a shot on goal, and I think we could have just possessed that ball. Here's the corner that resulted in the handball and the PK. You can't really see what happened. It popped up, it hit someone's hand. Just a reminder, you got to be super careful about keeping your arms down or behind you when the ball's bouncing around in the box. They get the goal, and now it's tied 3-3. All right, Brandon, on this one, I think we might have been able to get a shot off right here. Leo plays it through here, and the ball is slowing down fast, but I think you could have taken a first-time shot right here. I think you could have turned your hips and hit a shot on goal there. Instead, you cut it, and it went into 2 defenders. Wilkes got it, shot it wide. But just a reminder, if you're in the box and you have momentum, if you can get a shot off, try to. I think we might have been able to get a goal there. All right, there's a couple great attacks here. Here's one. Eric plays it into Brandon. Brandon is strong there, gets knocked back over to Eric. I don't know why, but the ref called this on a foul against Eric. That was a foul on their defender. We should have had a free kick. He gave it to them. They give it right back to us. Great play here. He's calm, he's composed, plays Eric, weak side back into Brandon. Brandon attacks. Eric gets in, close. That's a good attack, boys. Here's one that goes wide, and Wilkes wins it and plays it forward, but our forward is nowhere to be seen. I think, Brandon, you're standing, where are you? There you come. So you're way too far away on this play. When the ball comes wide on this side, you need to shift to this side and be ready for Wilkes to win that ball and play it forward to you. All right, here's our goal. I want to explain why it was successful. Let's watch it first. There's two passes that make their defense turn all the way around, and that's why we're opening space and scoring. So we'll see it right here. So when this ball's played into Wilkes, he plays it straight across. The defenders are having to turn all the way around. That's the weak side midfielder, and then Eric does it again. Plays a beautiful ball into space. They have to turn around again, and Wilkes blasts it to the far post. Great shot. Good goal, boys. Here's another example of them playing out of the back way too easy. Johnny's kind of trotting back. He doesn't pressure the ball here. Eric's forced to pressure. They pass it past him, and now they've already beat two of our players. So the forward can't fall asleep there. I know you just made a run, but you got to get back and pressure that ball if the goalie plays it out.
Nice. Good job, Will.
Stay with it, Will.
Get it to the middle. Just win it to the middle.
Double Tanner, go.
Good.
Usually I don't like straight balls down the line, but in this situation when we're only up by 1 goal and 2 defenders are closing, right here, Tanner does a great job to win this ball, but right here he frees up space. He needs to play this down the line for Braden to go after. The reason why is because if this second red player comes in and wins this ball, they are now counterattacking and our outside back is beat. So we cannot dribble that ball there, Tanner. We talked about that after the game. That needs to be played forward to space when we only have a 1-goal lead and the other team is coming at us. Johnny, here's one of those situations where I think you need to work harder at staying on your feet. You're going to get knocked as a forward. Right here, there's a great through ball, and this player knocks you down. You got to stay strong there. You got to stay up on your feet. In the end, guys, I think we were really fortunate to come out with a win in this game. We didn't play our best. I don't think we gave 100%. This was a great reminder that if we don't play our absolute best, there are teams in this state that can beat us. I think they easily could have come out with the win on this one. So we need to be reminded from this that we can't go 80%, 85%. We have to be at 100%. Now, there was a lot of technical things that we need to change based, that we saw in this video. The goal kick specifically against this USA team, we're going to defend much differently that will allow us to win those balls and keep the ball in the attack. We need to get the ball away from danger a little bit quicker. I think that's how 2 of their goals came. So there's some things we need to work on, but we won the game, and we'll move forward. We'll learn a ton from this, and we'll become stronger. So good job, boys. We'll see you at training. Thanks.